53rd Independence Anniversary of Guyana flag raising ceremony at Brooklyn Borough Hall.
My heart and soul is in Guyana. It is a land of my birth, and I would not trade Guyana for any other place in the world.
Opening night, Film at Lincoln Center and African Film Festival present the 26th New York African Film Festival.
The film is about a man called Ulric who was Trinidadian, grew up in colonial times, and was the most decorated West Indian in the area.
Bronze Stew Snapper with celebrity chef Patrick Simpson on this week's Inna the Kitchen. Berta's Children's Foundation first annual Black Tie Fundraiser dinner at the Royal Chateau in Queens.
The foundation really is to support kids who really want to go to school in Jamaica but can't find a book, can't find a pencil, can't find computer and certain necessities.
You're watching Come Chat With Me, a Caribbean lifestyle magazine, and I'm your host, Ziggie Bless. Celebrations for the 53rd Independence Anniversary of Guyana included a flag-raising ceremony on the grounds of Brooklyn Borough Hall, followed by a reception.
Such a significant moment. I was here with you on your 49th, your 50th, your 51st, your 52nd, and your 53rd. And as you continue to aspire as a country that really here in the diaspora of here in America, where we have not only our great state senator, Roxanne Prasad, but also so many contributions that are made to this city and this country comes out of the heart of the Guyanese people.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make some noise, Ghana. Make some noise. Make some noise. Happy Independence, Guyana.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming?
I'm going to ask you now to join me as we recite the Pledge of Guyana. I pledge myself to honor always the flag of Guyana and to be loyal to my country, to be obedient to the laws of Guyana, to love my fellow citizens, and to dedicate my energies towards the happiness and prosperity of Guyana.
The rain saith jam like and fair between mountains and the seas. Your children salute you, dear land of the free.
We're celebrating Guyana's independence. For the past few years, we've been doing a flag raising here in Brooklyn's Borough Hall. Borough Hall becomes Guyana for a while.
I'm here to celebrate with my fellow Guyanese, my beautiful country Guyana, on its 53rd anniversary of independence.
My heart and soul is in Guyana. It is a land of my birth, and I would not trade Guyana for any other place in the world.
I was born in Guyana, so all my family is from Guyana, and so we celebrate the independence of Guyana. So since I'm very close to Borough Hall, every year I come out to celebrate Independence Day, and this is our 53rd Independence Day, and so I'm here to support friends and family.
See You Yesterday is a Netflix film. It's about two teenagers who build a time machine to go back in time to save a friend from being wrongfully killed by a police officer. And it's set in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. Having our film on Netflix is the best thing for a first-time filmmaker to have. The film is released over 127 countries around the world. At this time, anyone from Brazil or South Africa or France or UK can't see my film. And we just made it here, and I'm just a kid who was born from Guyanese parents, and now I made a movie for Netflix, and like people around the world can see it. That's incredible.
Guyanese started to realize that we need to come together, and it's just a festive occasion. You see people who you haven't seen in a long time. You see people who just want to come by and be Guyanese for a day, and so it's all about the fun.
Hero, inspired by the extraordinary life and times of Mr. Ulric Cross, a young man from Trinidad leaving his island home to seek his fortune, emerging from World War II as the RAF's most decorated West Indian.
I can't say that I have family to leave behind necessarily. My mother died when I was 13. And not too long after that, my father abandoned all of me. 9 of us. My entire life seemed to change.
The film is about a man called Ulric Cross, who was Trinidadian, grew up in colonial times, and was the most decorated West Indian in the RAF. But the story really tells about after the war, after the Second World War, he was recruited to go to Ghana and played by Nkrumah, who was the first independent president of Ghana. And then he went to Congo, to Tanzania, and to Cameroon as a lawyer to help with the transformation process. So it really is this untold story of the role of Caribbean professionals and intellectuals in the African independence movements.
What's the process of putting together a story like this? Because that was a good time back. So getting all this information, how was that process?
Well, we did a lot of research. You can do a lot of research online now and gradually piece together the story. Actually, what I started by interviewing Ulric, who was alive at the time, and then I began to research around his life and discovered the events that he was part of. And that took a long time. And in constructing the film, obviously we couldn't shoot, in all these different countries and create period sets because, the film straddles 4 continents and 70 years basically. But we did shoot in Trinidad, in England, and in Ghana. And what we did was we used archive to tell the story as well. He's someone whose contributions are not really recognized. And what's amazing, what it makes you feel is that there are a lot of people that our stories really haven't been told, on film. And so it's a great flag. It's a great flag to say, let's tell our stories.
I am an avid watcher of African films, African narratives, especially New York. I'm here at the New York African Film Festival, as I was last year, to support films, support directors and actors. Recently was in Black Panther myself as King T'Chaka. So since then, there's been a boom in the interest in African narratives. And I'm here just to support people who are breaking the borders and boundaries and building bridges from, Africa to the rest of the world.
There's somebody that I want you to meet.
This is Mr. C.L.I. James.
Mr. George Padmore.
This young man, Ulric Cross. We need him.
The CIA, the MI6, the intelligence services, you have to understand, building a movement is not easy, Mr. Cross.
I will go to Ghana.
It's a film that people really love. We've showed it in so many different places now, and audiences, especially black audiences everywhere, just love it. And so I think what I want to say to audiences are, it might not sound like, you know, a sexy story, but it's definitely one that you will love.
Okay guys, you know I'm always gonna have something great for you guys, and this week I'm gonna be turning it up. I'm gonna be doing a brown stew snapper, and I'm gonna be twisting this up a little bit because a lot of time people like to cook the traditional way. I always like to make changes and do something totally different. I have my fish nicely cut up and clean. All my dry ingredients I'm going to sprinkle onto it. I'm sprinkling my obe, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder. I always go for the jerk season to help give me that spiciness. So after this point, I'm going to also drizzle a little bit of olive oil, not too much, just to help me when I'm ready to rub it together. It makes it a little bit more easy to massage the season in. Put some fresh garlic in, have him nice and ready. I put a little bit of Old Bay season in my all-purpose flour with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, just to kind of give the flour some flavor going on. I just don't like when food is bland. Food is supposed to be flavorful and it's supposed to be memorable. So this is what I'm shooting for. I'm going to take my fish and I'm going to coat the fish properly in the flour on both sides, make it nicely covered. I'm gonna add a little piece of Scotch bonnet pepper and a little bit of fresh thyme just to give my oil some flavor. Then I'm gonna put my fish in and I'm gonna let them fry for probably about I would say 3 minutes on each sides. Then I'm gonna turn them over, and when I turn them over, they should be nice golden brown. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. My oil is nice and flavorful, my fish is flavorful, my flour is flavorful. So right now I have a wonderful flavor profile going on right now. So that is definitely something that I was shooting for, and that's actually what I'm getting right now. If you could only smell what's happening right now, wow, the smell is like crazy. At this point I'm going to take them out of the oil just to set them aside for a couple minutes so I can start working on my sauce. Now my sauce, I'm going to use the same oil that the fish fry in, and I'm going to put my onion, red bell pepper, my green bell pepper, some scallions, some thyme, all my fresh ingredients. And I'm going to let this saute for probably about, I would say probably about a minute on a low flame because I don't want it to burn or anything. I'm going to put some fresh garlic in, and my fresh garlic, then I'm also going to put a little bit more Scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm going to sprinkle some dry ingredients. Well, as you know, I always put a twist to things, and a lot of time if you're making it, you don't have okra and you don't have all the other ingredients like the crackers and all those other stuff that go into it, you can be creative. So this time I'm putting some Brussels sprout in, and as you know, Brussels is very healthy for you, and I'm also going to put some string bean in. So I want it to be flavorful, I want it to be colorful, but I'm also gonna add a little bit of white wine. What you know about that? So now I'm gonna take my fish and put my fish inside the pot, and when I put it back in the pot, then I'm gonna take my sauce and I'm gonna pour my sauce over the fish. I'm also gonna add some corn in the cob because you know already you want to have a nice body going on for it. Pour the sauce over the fish, and then I'm gonna let this probably cook on a nice low flame for, I would say, for probably about another 2 more minutes. And after this 2 more minutes of it cooking, it's gonna start getting thick, so I really don't have to add any flour or any kind of other ingredients to it or anything. So I'm just gonna stick with it just the way like this. Let it cook just like this, nice. You can taste as you go along. If it wants a little bit more salt, I don't think it need any more pepper. But whatever you think it need to suit your likings as to what. I'm serving this real simple and real easy. This is something that you're definitely going to enjoy. As you can see, my presentation looking real good. You can always change stuff up. You can always twist it around. You can serve with some rice. You can serve with some veg. You can go with even some salad. You get yourself a nice slice of pear and you're good to go, and you enjoy this with a glass of lemonade or a glass of white wine. So until I catch you next week, go and enjoy this fish dish, and the recipe is also going to be in my cookbook, so make sure you pick it up when it comes out. It's been good. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Go and cook something and enjoy something.
An evening packed with fun and excitement as the Berta's Children's Foundation as its first annual Black Tie Fundraiser dinner, where 100% of the profits goes towards assisting children in need, providing back-to-school supplies and high school scholarships. Hey man, come chat to me. We're in the house tonight, without a doubt, as Berta's Children Foundation. See? And I'm standing next to Mr. Fresh himself, and he's the founder of the foundation. My brother, what's up?
Yeah man, everything is great, you know. Thanks for coming out tonight, giving us the support and give us the strength, you know. Give thanks.
A real man. Tell us some more about the foundation, man. How it all begins and the whole thing.
Yeah. You see me?
Yeah, man. All right, man.
Yeah, man. Everything great, man. You know, so it really started with me and my brother. Just have a simple idea.
Yeah.
And we just put the idea out on the table, and we family them come about. Yeah. And then this is what it manifests, you know. The foundation really is to support kids where really want to go to school in Jamaica but can't find a book, can't find a pencil, can't find computer and certain necessities. But that is really where we try to do it in the local community in Jamaica. You know, and the people in New York City here is trying to help us to bring that to the forefront. So we give thanks a lot.
I love that. And how long now since the foundation is going on?
So this is the second year of the foundation. You know, in the first year we kind of fund everything. We're artists in it, so we fund everything, and this is the second year, so we want to make it stronger. So we're trying to bring the community on board and try to get everyone involved. But it's the second year.
Our team shares a mutual passion. It is our mission to help children in need so that they can strive to become high achievers and remain in school. Our philosophy is we believe that education can move a child beyond the stigma of poverty and give the child the tools to reach his or her true potential. Therefore, we strive to continue assisting the children of the future. The children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see. Therefore, it is imperative that we send the best message we can in the future. Tonight we will dine and celebrate Berta's Children's Foundation.
This year, what is the aim? Really, you know what I mean, for this year and beyond?
Well, this year our goal is to kind of take one child from high school straight through college, because a lot of times in Jamaica the kids, they graduate, they get their subjects and they kind of get stuck. They can't afford to go to university. So our goal is, you know, it starts with us, one child. If you could do one, and we don't ask anything of that child other than when you are in the position, you do the same thing in return.
you see that a talk and just see it across. Slice up the paper, we take it apart. Take for the top and take for the top. Till I hesitate to look sick from my head. We are hustling and pushing. The track will not be long from my head.
I'm standing next to the man himself, Chino, in the house tonight. You there, my brother, walk on.
Yes, I give thanks. You don't know where for there, a Berta thing, and you know what I mean, it's for a great cause, so where for there. Especially in our field, in reggae and dancehall music, a lot of negative highlights, and you know what I mean, people not really highlighting the positive initiatives. So when you have an initiative like this now, we definitely have to be a part of it, and you know what I mean, endorse it as much as we can.
The ultimate aim of this foundation is to go Jamaica and the world.
Yeah,
we are targeting Jamaica at first, you know. Sure. Instead of targeting St. Mary, we want to target all the different parishes, make sure kids have access to just basic necessities that some of us over here in America take for granted sometimes and think it's something simple like just basic computer. Just logging onto a computer, learning how to use a computer, having access to computer information technology. That's our aim, you know, and we start with Jamaica at first, and then we know over time it's gonna go probably Caribbean wide.
Yeah, man. Thanks for watching Come Chat With Me. See you next week.
Jamaica is a nice place to live. We have everything, the sunshine, the rivers, and the good Ray and Nephew rum.
Simply Kills.
Come chat with me.